So in this video, we're going to discuss whether you can use Creative Fabrica to upload straight to Amazon KDP. What does Amazon think about that? And what do Creative Fabrica's licensing actually tell us and give us access to? It's not as completely straightforward as you might think, even though it is slightly more easier to understand than perhaps Canva's terms and conditions might be. I personally am going to be using Creative Fabrica far more for my business because I like their licensing description and what it actually allows me to do, more than I like Canva's. And there has been a lot of drama, as I'm sure you are very well aware as a viewer and a POD KDPer, that basically we are all needing to be a little bit more careful and cautious around usage of Canva elements. So moving over to something like Creative Fabrica, which actually does seem to have way more options in it than Canva anyway, seems like a way to go to me personally. So first of all, I just wanted to mention that the content guidelines for KDP are right there in your back office of your account. Make sure that you've had a good look through and you've read these, because if you're taking your business seriously, you really do want to make sure that you aren't infringing on any of KDP's terms and conditions to start with. It seems that they are cracking down more and more. I don't know whether it's just me that thinks this, but every time I go into a Facebook group about KDP, I'm hearing more and more account terminations, suspensions, deletions, things that are truly terrifying, and we don't always know why they're doing this, why they are closing accounts or suspending accounts, because they don't always tell us. So make sure that you are safe by reading the legal and content guidelines. I'm going to drop a link to this down below, but it helps us a little bit to understand what they are really asking us to do and not to do. And there's another little bit here, poor customer experience. This is the main thing. Amazon wants their customers to have a good customer experience. They've got an amazing reputation and they do not want it to go away. So their guide to Kindle content quality, if we just click on this here, you can see it gives us lots more information about what they actually do expect. What is their guide to Kindle content quality? And this is really important to know. So having a look through all of these, reading what is duplicated content and disappointing content, what does it actually mean? And it helps a little bit. Sorry, this pop-up, I can't get rid of it. It does help us a little bit into getting closer to making sure we are abiding by all of their terms and conditions. So back to Creative Fabrica, click on graphics. You can see here all the kinds of things that they have. Colouring book interiors for adults and kids, teaching materials, which is brilliant for creating resources for teachers, and also for any kind of print on demand printables. I mean, the teaching materials are great. Patterns, mock-ups, logos, illustrations, backgrounds, KDP interiors. If we just click on this one topic alone, we get over 176,000 results. It's crazy. So there are all of these different kinds of interiors that you can download and you can use. And each one of these is often a bundle, as you can see from the image. You're getting lots of different things that you can use inside each of these downloads. But can you just click on these and use them and be totally safe? Well, that's what I wanted to find out. And so I wanted to have a look at the licensing for Creative Fabrica. So here I've clicked on a worksheet for KDP Interior. So it's telling us it's a KDP Interior bundle. And it tells us here, commercial usage allowed. Commercial usage allowed. What does that actually mean? Because you might click on another bundle. Let's have a look at this one, 150 plus animals mandala colouring pages. And this one has a license of commercial and full print on demand usage allowed. So we've got two different kinds of licenses here. Let's click on this and have a look. So when we head to the subscription license for Creative Fabrica, the first page that we are presented with tells us that all Creative Fabrica fonts, graphics, designs, crafts, all downloads are automatically covered under this license. Easy as that. However, there are different kinds of products, and the usage for the different products alters. So we need to know what kind of product we are looking at. So this is just a summary page. You can pause this video if you wish and just have a little look, but this is very generic information. You actually need to know what kind of product you are selling. So the first one we come to is a physical end product. They also tell us about digital end products, a basic print on demand, and a full print on demand. Embroidery, not something we're doing. Full license text, we don't need to worry about that either. So what would a KDP book be classed as? You could be confused here because a book is a physical end product, but Amazon also are printing on demand. They aren't printing in advance and selling our books. They're printing them once they've been sold. So is it a basic print on demand or is it a full print on demand? What's the difference? Or is it even a physical product? I emailed Creative Fabrica. Thank you for your message. I would like to confirm that Amazon KDP is classified for Creative Fabrica as print on demand. Therefore, our products come with a basic or a full print on demand license. Okay, so we go back over here. When you look through Creative Fabrica, the licenses are either commercial usage or commercial usage with full print on demand. None of them say basic print on demand. So I believe the basic print on demand is the same as commercial usage allowed. So if one of those graphic packages says commercial usage allowed, we would suspect that that is basic print on demand usage. So you can create and upload crafts and graphics to POD sites that are vastly different from the original. This means they have unique, distinctive elements that are added by you. See the example below. You can use fonts to create quotes, sentences, word art, etc. and upload those designs to print on demand. And you can generate unlimited sales and ship worldwide. What you cannot do is simply upload designs without adding distinctive new design elements. That is so important to know. So if we were looking at something like this, commercial usage allowed, and it does say that you can upload this to KDP, I would be very wary of doing that without making some changes. So in their example, they're saying the original design might look like this. You can't just use it on a mug or a book cover. But if you change it like this, it's accepted. So to be truly safe, I would actually only ever go for something that said commercial and full print on demand usage allowed. And here's why. The full usage allows us to create and upload designs to print on demand sites that are the same or similar to the original. You can use the fonts to create quotes the same as before, generate unlimited sales as before, ship worldwide. What you're not allowed to do is upload actual font files to POD sites, make the digital files available for anyone to download other than uploading it to the POD for selling. And you're not allowed to keep selling full POD files without modification after the end of a subscription. So when your subscription has ended, you would need to remove any full POD files from all POD sites. If you use fonts or make modifications to a design so it falls under the basic POD, the full commercial, this does not apply and you can keep selling after your subscription ends. So there's another very clear reason to not just pull things off this site, upload them to Amazon KDP without modification and without making sure that you have personalised your work, because you're probably not going to subscribe to Creative Fabrica for the rest of your life. It seems that this is the license that we want to go for, the full print on demand usage. And to be honest, that's fine because so many of the Creative Fabrica elements, graphics and fonts have full POD usage allowed. However, when we think back to Amazon's guidelines and them creating an exceptional customer experience, they do not want their website full of books that have exactly the same interior, especially when it's something like a colouring book or a planner and things like that. They want things to be more different and unique so that the customer has a better experience. And there's lots of ways that you can do that through Creative Fabrica. You can download one of these packs, but then you can customize it by mixing it together with other downloads, by altering images slightly in something like Canva, maybe using the background remover or something similar, or using another design tool to make slight alterations so that you can prove that you have not just downloaded and uploaded a file from a different company. So a final quick summary: Creative Fabrica is a great alternative to Canva for fonts, graphics and done-for-you interiors. They have an extensive range and there's lots on there specifically for Amazon KDP. Creative Fabrica consider KDP books as print-on-demand products and not a physical end product. It's best practice to modify and personalize Creative Fabrica interiors and graphics to be sure you comply with both Amazon's terms and the Creative Fabrica license. And to be extra cautious and safe, I personally would recommend that Creative Fabrica elements you choose are the ones with the full POD usage allowed, rather than just the commercial use allowed. I'm going to be using Creative Fabrica more and more in my business. I am so glad I've got my subscription and I've been using it already and loving it. So there is just so much in there. Just if we're looking inside the KDP interiors, like I said, over 170,000 of them. Even if you don't want to just use them as they are, which you should do very cautiously anyway, just having that inspiration and just seeing what looks good and getting great ideas to make your own is worth it. Also the fonts, let's just have a quick look. If we look at display fonts for maybe covers, just look at some of these awesome fonts. You just download them and upload them straight into Canva or whatever design tool you are using, and you know that you are completely safe as long as they've got that full POD license, and most of them do. It's also brilliant for standalone graphics. So when you just wanted small graphics like, a scroll or a shape or an animal, something that to bring your book to life. Now that we know that we really shouldn't just be pulling them out of Canva because they don't like that, we can just look in here instead. So let's just have let's type cat, and you wanted some cat graphics. Look how many there are. We've got 187,000, so that's not too bad, is it? And we just going to have a quick scroll here and have a look at what sort of things we've got. So we've got stuff that's cool enough to maybe go on a cover. And then we've also just got sort of cat shapes and things like here. We can just click into here and we've got all of these different little cat shapes, and here we've got the full POD usage allowed. So excellent to just grab these kinds of things instead of using them from Canva. And it is very quick, the process of downloading them and uploading them into another package. It's super easy. And same with the fonts and so on, you can be using them within minutes. So if you are interested in trying out Creative Fabrica for your Amazon KDP business, there's a link in the description below, also in the pinned comments. Right now, yearly all access is £4.99 a month. It's a steal, such a bargain. That's pounds, so maybe in dollars that would be about $5.99. And that gives you access to everything. It's constantly being updated, with more things being uploaded all the time. So it's just growing as a resource. And it's a good deal, that's a good price. It used to be a lot more expensive than that. So if you're interested and you want to give it a try, then I would say now is a good time to join. And also that discounted price will be kept forever. So you will have a roll-on price kept and held forever. You will not be charged for any future price increases. So that's a good deal as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I am by no means a complete expert in all of these licenses, but I am learning as I go, and I'm trying to share this information on my channel to help other people hopefully as well. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave any comments down below, good, bad or ugly. I'm very happy to receive them, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you there. Bye.